Okay.
Give me one. One second. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Okay. So the headphones I have onto my phone is that I can watch us live on my phone.
Ah,
Yeah. So I'm actually live on my iPad. So then the phone is the basic so I can hear what you're talking about.
okay.
Can you hear? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So hold on. So can you say can you say one more thing? So this is a this is a this is Teresa.
This is Theresa.
I'm looking at my phone. Okay. Alright, I'm ready. Alright, so I'm gonna introduce you. So just just give me a second.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna tell all my viewers. Hey, I'm bullyfree.org. Hey, I'm bullyfree.org. Uh, alright, so hi, I'm bullyfree.org. This is Evan. I'm the host of this live television. Go on the I'm Bully Free page. My co-host, he's actually in Cozumel, Mexico right now. But Collier is on his vacation with his wife. He's going to get back to the I'm Bully Free television next Wednesday. But I'm the host for tonight, and I will be speaking to a young lady that has girl power. She's strong, and she knows how to make a world a better place. So give it up for Theresa Elizabeth Demayo. Welcome to the live broadcast.
Hello. So you just want me to explain what Be Strong is all about, right?
Yeah, talk about whatever.
Okay, so I work with an organization called Be Strong, and it partners with um, a program called We Dine Together, and this program was started by a guy named Dennis Esteban, and he was a high school student who was facing some bullying, and he had to sit alone at lunch because he moved from a different country. And so he started this program called We Dine Together so that no kid sits alone. And then it kind of like blew out of proportion and started getting a lot of news media and a lot of love. And so they needed some more help controlling all the feedback they were getting. And so they partnered with Be Strong. And Be Strong prides itself on being bullying prevention, not anti bullying. We don't use the word anti because it's counterintuitive to our goal. And so we have a state rep program that empowers kids in every state to get involved with Be Strong and be state representatives and go into their school and educate their other peers about bullying, because sometimes kids don't want to hear from adults. It kind of closes their mind off. So they like to hear from their friends and their peers. So we have a state rep program. Um, and I lose my track of thought every time I start talking. So I
Talk from your heart.
yeah.
But somebody
So go.
before you say anything else, guys, this live television is if you say anything negative, guess what happens? Block,
So
block. So behave. So just let Teresa talk about whatever she wants.
right.
Go
So I
ahead.
actually found Be Strong because I was facing some bullying in school, in public school, and I became very depressed. and I couldn't really find answers, and I kind of just gave up on everything. And my mom was my rock. And so she kept on pushing and pushing, and she actually found Be Strong on Facebook and showed it to me and said, you know, you really need to do this. You need to get involved in the state rep program. And so I did. And so now I go around and tell my story with Be Strong and help other kids so that no other kids have to feel the way I felt. And we
Right.
also give them, you know, tactics on how to respond to their bullies, so that it doesn't cause more of a social problem. And we also, you know, have an app that provides resources for if you're facing a violent home, or if you're starving, or if you're homeless, or if you need counseling or anything like that, because there are kids who don't want to talk about their feelings sometimes. And the We Dine Together program that goes into schools is really good about, you know, giving kids that safe place to have that voice and to make friends, because a lot of the times you feel alone. And so We Dine Together gives kids that voice and that safe place so they can talk about their problems and make friends. Um, oh, here comes again silence. So,
I'm listening. I'm all ears. And Theresa, I was gonna tell you, hey guys, if you're watching this I Believe Free Television, please speak up because there's no there has to be a lot of love through this organization, I Believe Free, and support Theresa because Be Strong is is letting her to do a lot of great things with their organization. Not only that, guys, if you saw a video I posted Monday that has to do with bullying, watch it because how would you feel if somebody uh, bullied your child? How would you feel if somebody uh, took their own life? Don't don't think that they're alone because they're not. Parents need to speak for their children. Theresa, look at her. She's alive, right? She's alive, and she's doing great things for Be Strong. If we didn't have Theresa, uh, she won't be here, but she is. She's talking to us right now. She has girl power, and I'm blessed to be a co-host. No, to be the host of I'm Bully Free, because my friend Lauren Galley, Girls Advocate for Girls Above Society, um, inspired me to be an advocate and let other advocates to come on to the I'm Bully Free television and talk about their organizations and what they do. Theresa has been bullied. She felt what? What do you feel?
um, kind of, I felt just very alone. And Be Strong gave me that, you know, taking the pain and putting it into passion to make the world better, and turning like the pain into more positive things. And when I started my first We Dine Together club in Knox Junior High, it's a Conroe ISD school. 100 kids showed up, and we had to move from a classroom to a conference room all the way to the gym because we had so many kids. And so that shows that kids are eager to see change, and they want, you know, their schools to be a more safe, positive place. And the next club meeting we had after the first one, a girl came up to me and told me that this club stopped her from committing suicide because they learn how to respond to their bullies and they don't feel alone. And it lets them get that friend and lets them feel like they're a part of something so much bigger than themselves. And they are. It's a national movement. And I just think that's so important because for myself, when I was going through the struggle of depression and feeling alone, I would hear about, you know, this anti-bullying thing, this anti-bullying thing, and I never like saw how it worked, you know? And so now through Be Strong, I'm seeing more ways to combat bullying and really get rid of the problem. And to me that just means a lot because you can, tell a kid, don't bully, but it's more than just saying don't bully. You have to uh, teach, just give them, because kids when they bully they usually do it for attention, and,
Yes.
or they're lashing out because something is wrong and they don't know how to say what's really going on.
All right.
And so like I said, it gives them that safe place. We also, in the club that I started, the first one, we had a girl stand up and say, I'm here today because I'm a bully and I don't want to be that anymore. So like I said, it's about giving them that safe place because a lot of times they just feel scared.
All
And
right.
take away that fear and show them that it's okay to express how you feel and say when things are wrong, or um, you know respond to people who are being ugly to you. It creates like a safety net and just gets rid of all those social problems, because when you deal with the emotional problems you don't have all the other problems. It's about teaching kids how to deal with their emotions and making them feel safe.
Right. And I was gonna say this too, Teresa, is that um, Teresa, you're not alone. You
Right.
really not. You got I'm bully free. You know, we're always here for you. If you wanna to do any events with us, you're more than welcome to. My director, Bud Collier, the one that is in Cozumel, in Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
he lets people come and help with our organization. We have so many people you can imagine. We have Whitney Montgomery, you know her, Hailey Crafer. She was a part of this I'm Bully Free Television. Um, who else? But there's a lot of people that do a lot, and to have different guests coming on talking about their organizations and what they do, plus like you're talking to a host that's been on Netflix on Ozark with Jason Bateman. I play Tuck on the hit show Ozark, so it's kind of cool that I get to. I'm not only an actor, I'm an advocate, and and I get to inspire the world just kind of like you. And you know I've been bullied as a as an adult. My bully lives in California. He did some negative things to hurt me in ways that he can, because he is him. And like for me, he's never gonna exceed after he what he did to me.
Right.
He said some negative remarks about my life, and he said I'm a bad actor. I would never exceed. He told me I was stupid. He said I was a retard. He called me all things that I couldn't get, and but he's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He's totally wrong because I achieved my goals. I ended up on Ozark. I ended up speaking at Mr. Wonderful with Hailey Crafer. I got to, I'm bringing guests into I Believe Free Television, and, and letting them be a part of the show, and talking about their organizations. It's a great feeling to have, you a part of this and talking about what you do as a girls advocate. And I want to tell you this, Teresa. My friend Lauren Galley, Lauren Marie, I don't know if you heard of her, but she's a girls advocate. I'm just a guy's and girls advocate, and I advocate to many people, even though I'm not a girl. So, but my friend Lauren speaks to all girls, and to if you ever wanna to do things with her organization, hit her up, send her a message on Instagram or Facebook. She replies, and she inspired me to be an advocate, to reach out to other people. So uh, I'm glad to have you on. I really am.
I will say that I know that it is hard when people, try to attack who you are. And I think that it's very admirable and it shows your strength in the fact that you went through what you went through and found a way to put it into a passion and into an organization to help other people. And I think that that's one of the basic understandings of Be Strong is taking that negative and turning it into positive, because that's what happened for me. Is I went from being feeling like I was nothing into feeling like I can help somebody now, with what I went through. And I feel like everything happens for a reason. So
Right.
it's very admirable and shows your strength, seeing that what you went through and how you're helping so many people now with what you're doing.
So hey, Teresa, tell me what you have been doing with Marcy's Miracles. We see ill abilities. Tell us what you do for them.
So I'm friends with Haley. I think it's her last name's Kiefer, pronounced Kiefer. It's a very unique last name, so I'm not really sure how to say it. But and her children, her daughters, and we are friends with Mythica Pickett, who runs We See Abilities, and we just hosted their second annual Mr. Wonderful pageant, which you said you went to, and it was a really amazing experience being, involved in my special needs community. And actually, Be Strong has a word for, the special needs community, because people say that special needs people are disabled, but we like to say it's not disability, it's diffability, because it's just different.
Right.
We don't make them feel bad about who they are because there's nothing wrong with it. You know,
No.
and so we host monthly birthday parties with VC Abilities. Um, and pretty much we just did a Samaritan's Feet foot wash where we went in and gave kid, kids brand new pairs of shoes in communities where they can't, sometimes can't get out there and get their own. And so we really like to just give back to the community. And I was there volunteering and also advocating for Be Strong. And if there's anybody watching this that's a kid who wants to be involved in Be Strong, you can be a state rep here in Texas, because we always need more state reps in our state rep family. Because as of right now, we have 3, and my goal is to get into every Texas school, but I'm just one person. So I really love to have kids, getting more involved, because it's really an amazing organization that touches a lot of lives. I've seen an entire school change with Be Strong.
Right. So, Teresa, like, does we see ill abilities and Marcy's Miracles? Uh, Even though I see Hailey is always busy, but when you get involved with that organization, do you guys do any field trips and stuff, fun stuff?
We do. We actually went to Inspire Rock and went rock climbing, and we go to iFly and do indoor skydiving. We do a lot of really cool things.
I'm kind of looking forward, to be working with Hailey even more because when I reconnected, with Hailey for the Night of Superstars in March, even though I was one of the guest celebrities there, I got to escort. Uh, I forget his name, but he was alumni. Uh, so when I was walking the red carpet, I kind of felt after the event was over, I kind of felt I want to do more
Mm-hmm.
with skill abilities and Marcy's Miracles because their family, to be honest, they're great people.
Mm-hmm.
Seth and Hailey are the nicest people I ever met,
They really are
and yeah,
loving.
and their daughter too. Like she's quiet, but she's fun to talk to.
Hmm.
But everybody else, like, foilability. You know foilability, right? Uh,
Actually, I'm not sure.
foilability is with that girl that can't talk. She has a tube on her throat.
Oh, full
Uh,
ability, yeah.
foilability. Yes. So, a long time ago, Teresa, I spoken at the Buddy Walk, the Houston Buddy Walk. You know about that?
I've
So,
heard of.
no, I I have an opportunity for you in October, and I'm hoping because I like everybody to have a spotlight. Even though it's my spotlight, I like to share my spotlight. So
Mhm.
if you were willing to come out to the Houston Buddy Walk, you're more than welcome to, and you can have the stage. I can talk a little bit, and you can talk what you spoken tonight over Facebook Live, basically. I'm Bully Free Television. I don't know if you want that opportunity, but you're more than welcome to have it.
That sounds amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's in October. I think it's October 20th, right before Halloween. It's
I will
on
definitely.
it's on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. to 2 at the Sam Houston Race Park.
My mom's giving me a
So,
thumbs up. We will be.
okay. And so, tell me more. Like, do you tour and speak?
Sometimes we actually did a live tour, like broadcast, where it's on video and it's now like the Be Strong documentary, where it was live, like broadcasted to every school, and um, you know, mom, I forgot the information for that. But you can see the live tours and documentaries for Be Strong on bestrong.global. That's the website. If anyone wants to go look at that.
Wait. Let me see. Let me look at my clock. Here, one second. So this show ends at 8:59. So you got a little bit more time. So just tell me more about how you want to impact the world all over the United States. What would you say to all the families that are struggling with their kids at home and in schools uh, in different parts of the states?
Oh, definitely. If I could say anything to the families in the United States about this issue, is that one, to the kids, is that you're not alone, and there are people out there who want to change it, and we can change it. We just have to have everybody working together. And to the parents, especially because I know, watching my mom struggle firsthand, trying to, you know, pick up me and be a mom, that you're not alone, and there are parents out there who feel exactly as you do, and it's okay not to know everything, and you're learning, and being a parent is probably not easy. I mean, I'm not a parent, but I look at it and I can't imagine how hard it is taking care of another human being. um, so you're not alone, and I just have to say to keep going, and that there are people out there who are supporting you, and like Be Strong and I'm Bully Free, who want to help you and who want to change the world, and we're just a phone call or an email away, and we just have to ignite and be one big family all over the world to change this issue, to make school life better, to make home life better, to make things easier, because ultimately me and my other fellow kids in the world are going to grow up and be, you know, the next deciders for our country. And we have to make sure that we're teaching them well and dealing with the emotional problems that we have. So, to all the families out there, it's going to be fine. And we're learning, and we want to change it, and we're working really, really hard to change it, and we all just have to work together and stay positive. So that's what I would say.
This is Teresa, is your mom available to talk for a little bit? Your mom?
Yeah, she can. Come on, Mom.
Okay.
Hi. I wasn't really
You,
prepared for the interview, but I will join you.
you and your daughter can be a part of this too. So you're the mom. So tell me about your daughter's story. How did it how did it inspire you? Because I loved I loved you guys' video. It inspired me to
Um,
have to get more. Go ahead.
one of the things, one of the things I can say as a mom experiencing this and having a kid in school that, the resources aren't there to help yet. That's why Be Strong is important. Is, she gave me the strength not to give up. And the resources with, my family, that did know about the problem. My son, Mom, you can't quit. You have to have support. You have to have encouragement. And, you know, looking at her every day, falling into more and more depression where she um, just didn't, want to continue. She didn't want to do school. She didn't want to continue,
Right.
and she didn't want to do her schoolwork. Um, she didn't have friends. She didn't have anybody she could trust. And I kept asking, people, help. Where's the help? Where's the help? And we finally found it through Be Strong, and getting someone to support her. Hold on just a second. I'm sorry, I had to sneeze. Um, the main thing is just to make sure that you don't give up on your child, and also,
And they're gonna fight you. They're
yeah,
going to fight you because when they hit that point, they just kind of just want to be left alone, and you just have to keep pushing them because they're gonna appreciate you in the long run. And I know
Right.
it's probably hard. There are a few times it's like, you know what, just be upset, and you just cannot. You just have to keep going, and I encourage you to get involved with Be Strong because they're gonna take that some of that weight off your shoulders. Sorry.
they do. And the thing about it is, as a parent, and Teresa said it earlier, is there is nothing perfect you can do as a parent, and each child is different, and what works for one doesn't work for another. And the things that we were told as coping skills in school, let it roll off your shoulders, just ignore it, just surviving high school and things like that, don't bring those to your children. Legitimately listen to the problems that they're having, because there is something that's at the root of that. And, finding out more in depth what the problem is. Not, if they just come home a couple of times and say, so and so called me a bad name, you can pretty much
Right.
tell them to ignore it. But when it's, ongoing and a
Continuous.
group and things like that, you really need to listen to the issues. And sometimes, I learned with her, just listening was more important than even trying to solve it. And as a parent, you want to solve things for your kids, but that's not always possible.
Right.
But you can be there and you
Right.
can support. That's the most important thing, is realizing you don't fix it, just be there.
Right.
Yeah, and
So
pushing them
also,
with
go
more
ahead.
positive things.
Yes.
I was just saying,
And I
push
was gonna
them.
ask.
Sorry,
Sorry. Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Teresa. Go ahead.
it just keeps lagging.
Uh, so, like I was gonna tell you too, is like it's when I saw that video, it put tears into my eyes. To be honest, like I don't like to see anybody feel like they're alone, like like doing these things. I mean, at least you have your daughter with you. I mean, all. all of your guys' lives, you will do great things, and um, don't think about the past, because look at your daughter now. Be strong, girl power. She has that girl power
I know
in her.
it's given her a purpose, like she said, turning the pain into purpose and realizing that, she isn't a victim. She's been able to move, past that. She's no longer the target, and understanding that people do listen, and sometimes it's a different avenue. It's not always the school administrators or the school teachers or your best friend or your mom. There is an organization, and
Right.
people need to download the app in
Yeah,
order
that's
to.
really important. If you take anything away from this video, it's just please go look at the website and just please just download that app because it will help you if there's ever a problem and you feel like you're alone because you're not. Even if somebody's not right next to you helping you, there's somebody somewhere else that will help you.
Yeah. So we got, what was it? It's 8:40, so we got 15 to 20 minutes, I think. I believe so. So if I think about it.
Okay.
So, but this show ends at 8:59 because uh it we usually go live from 8 to 9 for 1 hour. To so sometimes we have people come and watch this even though that we're live, so people can understand what's going on in this world. And
Mm-hmm.
this is why we have our TV shows on the I Believe Free. But tell me more, like, as a mom, what do you do for a living, Miss Demario?
Um,
What do you do?
actually, actually, I'm kind of retired, if you wanted to put it that way, but I am a foster care provider for Down syndrome uh, woman who happens to be my younger sister. And so that's what I do full time, besides being a full time mom. And I
What?
work with We See Abilities, and hopefully we're both going to be on the board for We See Abilities as of next week. That's our goal. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, to get more involved and to help Mythica get more programs and activities for all this. Yeah, well, you got a lot going on. I don't know how much help you need, but um, that's yeah
We
we
can definitely stay connected
yeah
and
we'll.
as much as possible.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
Yeah.
but that's
And
what I
so
do,
I,
and
I spoke. Yeah, I spoke at Mr. Wonderful. I just did a presentation.
yeah,
I don't
you
know if you.
did. And the only huh?
I don't know if you were. I don't know if you were there when I did my speech.
We weren't actually
I
out there
think.
for your speech. We had another. Yeah, we had to do that part, but we didn't get to see it. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Did did Theresa go? I know she did. Right?
Yeah,
Can't
we were
remember.
there Friday night. Yeah, we were there Friday night for the party and for the reception and all that, and then
We had a family
we were
emergency.
there. We were there Saturday morning. We went to the rock climbing event where we took everybody to that, and then we had a family emergency, so we ended up not being there for the actual pageant part, which was we were sad about, but we'll be there for the
There
next
was a
one.
lot. There was a lot of
Huh?
people that day. To be honest, there was a lot
Yeah,
of. It was a great turnout.
yeah. I
A
think it's
lot
going
of
to get bigger.
people. I like that. Uh, so it's a great thing that what Teresa's doing with Be Strong, but you know, as an advocate myself, um, I I I speak to people with Down syndrome too.
Hmm.
I go to schools, and I speak to the special educations, and I talk to high school students. Like I went to Grantsville not that long ago. I've spoken to a lot of high schoolers to stop the nonsense and the bullying, but they made me happy because I was crying on stage, but they said it's okay to cry. We love you.
Mhm.
But
That's good. That's
yeah,
good.
but
And I think what
it's a
you're
lot
doing
of.
towards education
Go ahead. I'm
Sorry,
sorry.
it plays us at different times. So like yours comes in a little bit slower to us, so we don't know if you're like finished speaking sometimes, so we start talking. So sometimes it's a lag and we're like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, I think the most important thing with what you do and what like Be Strong and Macy's Miracles, We See Abilities, any organization that we're connected to, it's about educating the people to
And
to
sorry.
to help as a community, and that we're nothing without each other. As my opinion, we're nothing without each other, and I think it is important that we
Yeah.
just keep plugging along and educating people.
Yeah, and sometimes it's really not about creating as much awareness as about creating change, like really causing that cause and effect relationship and not just saying like what the problem is, but having that solution. And when you don't have a solution, you find somebody that does. So Be Strong is really good at explaining the psychology part of bullying and teaching kids why it happens and how it happens in your head and emotionally and how it makes sense. Because sometimes you're just, why, you think, why would anybody be mean? It doesn't make sense. Why would somebody hurt somebody else? So it's really good at explaining the reasoning and the psychology behind what happens. And I think that that also gives kids, an explanation that they're looking for. So that's also something that's really important
Right.
about, that educating.
I kind of agree what you're saying, Teresa. Uh, I I but education and educating people is the best thing you could ever do because they need that. They need to know. Like put that in their brain is like to
Right.
tell them your kids are worth it. Quit ignoring your kids. They need you.
Mm-hmm.
But when when you when the mom or the dad i- ignores them, they start doing things that they should not be doing, and it
You know,
kind of
some,
yeah. So go ahead,
sorry.
go ahead.
Sometimes it's not all the parents. Sometimes it's, that trusted adult that you're supposed to tell at school that just says it's just girl drama or you just need to ignore it or it's just high school, just survive high school. You should not teach kids that that is a part of high school. We don't live in the Mean Girls movie. We should learn to be kind to one another. And I think that the world, sometimes adults just get too busy. I think that's one of the things is that they just get too busy and they just say it's just drama. That stuff really hurts. And so just opening people's minds to being more susceptible to it not being just girl drama and it actually being a problem. And maybe
Right,
I feel like they might be pushing it away because it is a problem, but they don't have a solution. They don't know how to fix it. And so there's all these organizations like Be Strong out there who want to help. So we just have to create that open-mindedness and let them know that there is a solution for that problem, because sometimes it's not always that at home that's the problem. Like I had a very supportive mother,
right,
but I faced a lot of pushing back at school when I was trying to say, here's a problem.
right.
And, about creating that open mindedness and just showing them that there's a solution and we're not attacking you, we're trying to help. Because sometimes I feel like people feel
Right.
attacked, and that's not what we're aiming for.
Yeah, and I was gonna say something too about that too. Um, People, like you when you talk about schools, stuff like that. Um, the
Mm-hmm.
the teachers uh, at the schools with the special educations, they sometimes kids with ill abilities um,
Mm-hmm.
that have something wrong, with them, but they they want to protect themselves too. They, if a teacher was mean and being cruel for front of the student. Oops, what's going on? When the teacher is being mean uh, and to the student, it affects them in school, but it it kind of tells me um, there has to be somebody to talk for them, to help them, so they can understand. I mean, because they
Right.
have a hard
Well,
time, you know, talking.
right. Having
Go ahead.
having worked in having working in the education system and being in administrative offices and things like that, um, knowing about the teachers and stuff, they have a lot of expectations on the teachers that aren't always reality. And the the kids,
I think that people, like I said, it's about getting too busy and losing the understanding that we are all people.
Yeah.
No matter what we look like, where we come from, who we are all people. And we need to get back to that humanity. That is, I
Right.
feel like sometimes that's lost through our busy lives because sometimes I can be mean and I'm like, oh my gosh, like did I say that, we just get so busy and we don't think sometimes. So it's getting back to that basis of understanding that we are all people no matter what, and we all have feelings and we all deserve to be listened to. And I feel like once
Right.
everybody gets back that, a lot of the problems that we see will go away.
Right. See, and also, and I agree with that. I agree with everything that you say, because when I was in special education, growing up, teachers were mean to me. They would put me in timeout, tell me I was bad, tell me I was, I'm calling your mom, or I'm calling your dad, uh, because because I did something wrong. It's just a mistake. We all make
Mm-hmm.
mis-
People.
mistakes. I mean, why put me in timeout because I did something that I should not be doing? But the teacher doesn't understand what we go through as people. I still have that problem. I'm 34 years old, and I was in a car crash 2 years ago, and after that car crash, it kind of screwed up my brain. Like it's kind of hard for me to think sometimes, but it messed up my face. Got metal on my face, but I it was really depressing. But that was 2 years ago. That's the past, and but people uh, that I'm working with, like my acting coach, she helps me because she knows that I have a difficult time memorizing my scripts or
Right.
remembering my lines. She will whisper the line so I remember it. It's like a trigger, like a not clicking a gun or anything, but just like like if you're pulling a rope, it just like she's pulling me to get into the moment in the scene. It's to get that line memorized. She's a great coach, and there's a lot of great people out there, to be honest.
Yeah. It's about
Most people,
having that
yeah,
support, having people who understand that, you never know what somebody is going through. Like, just because you see them with a good life on social media doesn't mean that things are always good. So you never know what somebody is going through. And, that saying, don't judge a book by its cover, it's cliche and it is older than dirt, but it's still around because it's true. And so having people that are out there that understand that you never know what somebody's going through means a lot, and I feel like everybody should have that understanding.
yeah. And then also I was gonna say too is that there's a lot of speakers out there that talk from their hearts, I had, like I said earlier, Whitney Montgomery. She was a part of this I'm Bully Free TV. Highly Crayford. She was part of it too, talking about what she does. Her husband, Seth, uh, made a song uh, that has to do with uh, when he was growing up as a kid because he was skinny. He was bullied himself. So Hailey shared a song with me in my email, uh, and it made me kind of sad because thinking about what people go through is it's a lot of pain to feel how what they went through.
Hmm. Be Strong actually has a song with a music video called We're All in This Together. And I think it's very powerful and will make you realize that, like, everybody has their own struggles. And I feel like everybody experiences bullying in one form or another throughout their life. Like, there's always somebody, you know, there's always something that affects you in some way. And so just that song made me realize that I was not alone and that there are other kids and even adults going through the same thing. And
Right,
so it kind of just lifts you up and tells you that other people got through it and are making a difference, and I'm going to get through it and make a difference, and we can all get through it and make a difference.
right. It's and that's a best thing to talk about too, as well. Uh, I don't know if you heard about Santa Fe High School.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So what happened at the school? The guy was stupid. I don't know what he was thinking, but my director, Bud Collier, talked about he's been bullied. I'm like, really? Bullied? And he killed these innocent kids?
Talk about that.
So I try to stay on the positive side of things, but I know, like, that kid probably felt very alone because I had a friend. I'm homeschooled now because of
Right.
what I was going through, and my very best friend, we were so close, and we told each other everything, and he was my only friend. And I have a video about this on my Facebook. Uh, if anyone wants to go watch it and like see more in depth, but long story short, he was bullied just as bad as I was. Sometimes worse, maybe, with certain things that happened to him, and it was just different. But we were sitting on FaceTime one day, and I had already been pulled out of school, so he was feeling even more alone. And he started telling me that, he couldn't take it anymore, and I could tell that he was very angry. And so I kept pressing and trying to get information because I wasn't really sure what he was trying to tell me. And then he started admitting that he was thinking of shooting up our school. And so I had to go and report my very best friend because I knew that's not him. That's not him. He's just upset and doesn't know how to handle what he's upset about. And so he was talking to me about it, and I'm very grateful that he was talking to me about it because I was able to do something. And like I
Right.
said, it's about creating that trust so that kids open up and talk about things, because if he hadn't have told me what he was feeling, it would not have been a good scenario. And so I had to report my best friend, and he's okay now. He's gotten the help that he needs, and nothing bad happened, thankfully. And so, like I said, having those We Dine Together programs and creating those friendships and creating that trust is important, because if he hadn't been able to have me as a friend, or have anybody as a friend, and have that trust to say that, we would have lost some people. And I think that it's very powerful and to learn from that story, because it really is about creating that trust and letting kids open up.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
can't say that I, sympathize with this scenes that we were seeing in Santa Fe and in other schools. And I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying that letting kids open up and talk about how they're feeling and really listening and doing something about the problem may help, because when they feel like there's no solution, sometimes you have those kids that get angry and feel like that's the only solution, and that's
Right.
not.
And I agree with everything that you're saying too. And I was going to tell you is that you know my director of I'm Bully Free, Bud Collier, told me this before. When we hang out or go to a presentation, he's always telling me, like, that kid that shot school. Um, Bud said, oh, we wonder why he did that.
Mm-hmm.
But but what was he feeling? Why why before he was killing innocent kids? Um,
He was probably just very, very lost. Probably felt very, very alone.
you know, it's sad.
Yes,
It's
it is very sad.
it makes me want to cry thinking about it because what's going on in this world, there's a lot of hatred, just a lot of like discrimination. People make fun of each other, pushing people around, just and that's what. Maybe later tonight, would you be willing to share this video? I made a PSA. It's on the I Believe Free page, and it has to do to stop with bullying. And I was a victim. I I was acting. It wasn't real, but it tells them you're always loved. And I had note cards. Why bully me? I'm a clown. I'm ugly. I'm stupid. But these cards I had in my hands, even though I didn't talk. I was so angry. I was frustrated, and I told myself, people hate me, people discourage me, people want to hurt me, all this. But all this stuff I talked about in the PSA, what this is what people go through every day on Facebook, in the schools, at home, wherever they are. That's what they go through. But this is why I made a PSA video to tell people you're not alone. You got I'm Only Free, you got Marcy's Miracles, you got Be Strong, you got you, you have more people that want to help. So it'd be awesome to have uh, advocates sharing this PSA video that we posted. It's pinned up to the top of the page of I'm Bully Free. So this video, your live video, will be published on our page, so people can see it every day, and so people can see what you went through and how much pain you went through, and they will be inspired by your message that you talked about tonight. And I highly appreciate you being a part of this. I really do.
Thank you for having me and letting me talk about Be Strong and, share my thoughts on the social issues.
So, do you have anything else to say, like kind of like uh, how to link up with you? I mean, with your mom, to be honest, because I bet your mom takes care of you a lot. So,
Mm-hmm.
how will they link up with you if they want to hire you for a presentation or uh, take you to a school?
So
How,
if, sorry, were you done?
no, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So you can find more information about Be Strong at bestrong.global. If you want to hire me to motivationally speak, you have to go through Be Strong. Um, and or you can message me on Facebook, and I can connect you with Be Strong to figure out how to get me there, get me speaking. Um, and you can find me at Instagram, Theresa underscore Demayo. Um, like I said, Facebook, Instagram. Find more information on Be Strong. Go watch my videos that I have on my Facebook about when I talk to the school boards, because it tells more about the story about what happened to my best friend. And just try to learn more information. Download that app. That app is very, very important. And if you're a kid and you want to be a state rep, just go. You can message me on Facebook, or you can have somebody nominate you on the Be Strong website. There's a little tab that says, I'm a student, nominate, and you can be a state rep, because we always need more state reps.
What's the name of the app, Theresa?
Be Strong.
Oh, they have an app on the phone? Like you can download it? Okay, cool. Alright, hey Theresa, I really highly appreciate you very much for talking what you do with Be Strong. And I want to tell you, I want to tell the world right now. Yes, you're hearing it. Theresa is a strong girl. She will never give up what she's doing because she's doing a great job with Marcy's Miracles, Reseal Abilities, and her advocacy. Did I say it right?
Mm-hmm.
As an advocate. So I'll say it again. This was an amazing show. I had a great time talking with her. Watch this every single week, every day. Be inspired. Share this video, and also watch the PSA video that's pinned to the top of I'm Bully Free, because I was the one sending the message, and I was the actor in it with Bud Collier, my director. Thank you so much, Theresa. Again, thank you, Miss Demayo, for your
She hears you.
Thank you so much.
your patience and for your time, and we're hoping to work with you through I'm Bully Free as well.
Okay, I look forward to staying connected, and thank you for having me once again. It means a lot.
So so what happens is even though it's over the live video, what you do is click that X box, and that means you're done.
Okay.
So I think, can you do it?
Yeah.
All right. So one more thing before you do it.
Okay.
Again, I want to say this again. Thank you so much to uh, Theresa Elizabeth Demayo for being a part of this. And please take a moment and watch her video that's posted on Be Strong, because that's what she went through, and it's very inspiring. It will help you and make you feel strong. Nobody should be left alone. Is that right?
Right.
All right. Take care. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, guys. That was Theresa Elizabeth Demayo. I had a pleasure talking with her tonight. Even though the show is over, like I said, only 1 hour from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. I talk to guests every single Wednesday. If you'd like to be a part of the show, you can get in contact with I'm Bully Free. Send us a message. We will figure out a Wednesday, a good time for you, whenever you're not busy. We would love to put you in the schedule. You can talk about your organization and what you do. So, uh, so next Wednesday, next week, it's Bud Collier's turn, and he will be speaking with David James of the Peyton Heart Project next Wednesday. I'm excited. And I believe Bud pinned something to the wall. I don't know what it is. Alright, guys. If you'd like to be scheduled for this live TV, send me a private message. Don't hesitate. I do this full time. Every week, Monday through Friday. The only days I would like a day off is Saturday and Sunday because it's the weekend. So, um, uh, Thursdays, Tuesdays, I'm in hold on a second. Tuesdays, I'm available from 2:30 to 5. 2:30 to 5, I'm available. You to message me because at 12 o'clock I go to acting class. 6 p.m. I get myself ready for acting class for the 7 p.m. class. So from 2:30 p.m. to 5, I'm available to schedule you in to be a part of the I'm Bully Free television. Uh, uh, Thursdays I'm available, Friday, sometimes Saturday, sometimes Sunday. I'm always busy. I'm always on my feet. So take care. Have a good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the big bugs bite. I'm done talking. I'm thirsty. And I'm stuffed besides just ate dinner. I love you guys. Have a good night.